So I'm going to start with a potato loaf that I had when I was in Liguria in northern Italy. It has a lot of vegetables in it, and you want to make it in a form, a loaf pan. So what I've done here is I've lined my loaf pan with some foil, and then I put a piece of parchment in the base of the pan. This is going to help me get this out. And then I coated it, first I buttered it really well, and then I coated the pan in breadcrumbs. So you want to do that first. So loaf pan that is all prepared goes in the refrigerator, and you leave it there until you're ready to put the potato mixture in. So I would say 1 medium-size zucchini. I'm just going to use the large holes of a stand cheese grater. And I just want to take it down to the core. I really don't want the center, the seeds. I just want the flesh without all of those interior seeds. All right, I think that is about enough. So we have our zucchini. We're going to put some olive oil and garlic in a pan. So let me get that going. Cook that down. I want to get the onions soft. So we have the onions in, and they're starting to get soft, which is good. So now we're going to add some garlic. So a clove of garlic that you have minced or chopped goes in. And with this, we're going to add our vegetables, those vegetables that we chopped up. The carrots, they go in. And when they soften a little bit, then I'm going to add the zucchini, because the zucchini isn't going to take very long at all. All right, now we're going to add the zucchini, the shredded zucchini. I'm adding these vegetables in the order of how much time they take to cook. So the carrots obviously take longer. So now I'm going to add this shredded zucchini, which is just going to cook down in a few minutes. Later I'm going to add some green beans, some peas. So we're going to let this cook, oh, I would say, 3 or 4 minutes or so. I'm going to cover it though. And while that's cooking down, we're going to work on the potatoes. So here are the potatoes. I like to use Yukon Golds because they approximate the flavor of the potatoes that I had in Liguria. And I hand mash them. I don't put these in a food processor or whip them, because then it just becomes glue. You break down all of the starch. Now we want some butter. So we have a couple tablespoons here of butter. And we want to get that into the potatoes. And do this while the potatoes are still warm but not hot, because we have to put eggs in this. Slightly beaten with a fork. So there's one that's going to hold this potato mixture together as in the loaf, and also give it a nice texture and body. So you just want to whip those up with a little fork. Put them in and keep mashing. Try not to get it all over you. So here's some milk. As much as you would like how thin you want to make your mixture. I don't like it too soupy, so I add a little milk as I go along, and then when I am satisfied, I say basta. That's enough. Now you can begin to see that this is going to be a pretty hearty loaf because it's got all of these veggies in it. And spring peas is nice in this. So some peas go in. Get all of that. Again, you mix this around. If the pan seems a little dry, you can just add another smidge of olive oil. All right, we're going to let that's essentially cooked. We're just going to set this aside now for a few minutes to cool, and then we're going to add it to the potatoes. Mixing the potatoes with all of these veggies. It does remind me of Liguria. So everything's so pretty green with the ocean and all the different colored houses. I just love all the different pastel colored houses. And you put it right in there, pressing it down, packing it. Use a big spoon. And then just to make it nice and neat looking, take a piece of wax paper and I put it over the top, just pressing on it. Okay? Just neaten up those edges so everything is settled in there. Okay, and then once you do that, see how pretty that is? Then I just take a little extra virgin olive oil over the top and I just brush it. That's going to give it a nice little shine and a little crispiness. And if you wanted to put grated cheese over the top, that was another option. This is also a great vegetarian version of meatloaf. Okay, so that's looking good. It's all ready to go. Oven is on 350 degrees.